Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I have taught my classes for 2018 and I want to give you kind of the highlights of the class, the things that did really well, some things that I could have improved on with the classes, and some 2019 previews of what's coming up for 2019 classes. Rox, you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. He's on squirrel duty right now. I told him to go find some squirrels. Yes, because they are attacking our tent right now, and I don't like it, so I put him on squirrel duty. So go look for a squirrel, Rox. Go look for one. Go find one. Go. Oh. Anyways, okay. The type of classes that I taught in 2018, and I know it's still 2018, but my classes are over. So I taught a 4-hour class where people came out here, and it was basically it was kids, and I didn't film that one. Kids came out here and they just hung out for 4 hours as I taught them some skills of the wilderness, and we did some tarps and we did some fire stuff, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was basically, I think the 4-hour class is for someone who isn't quite ready to spend the night in the outdoors yet, but just kind of wants to know you know, kind of what they need to know in the wilderness. And again, I think for kids, it's really fun, and I really enjoyed that class. I also did some stuff over at Wilderness on Wheels, which is the charity that I feature on my channel a lot. It is a charity where they offer trails, hiking trails for people in wheelchairs or people that are disabled, and they have a nice boardwalk that's like a mile long. I did go over there and I taught some people some stuff over there too, so that was really fun. But my two major classes were my Explorer class and my Adventurer class. My Explorer class, the women that signed up, you know, they were, and I don't want to keep talking about ages or anything like that, but you know, at first I thought I was going to get a lot more teenagers signing up, but I got women that are my age that are signing up for this, and they're looking to get into the wilderness lifestyle like I am at my age, and I think that is wonderful. And again, as I mentioned before in other videos, my classes are designed for women that have little to no experience in the outdoors. And I like that, you know, I do. I like that because I'm starting their new journey in life. And in the Explorer class, I was able to do that. We went over so much stuff. Like, I literally just crammed them with information. I talked about safety with bears and the mountain lions in the area. I also showed them all my stoves, which I'm really thankful for my subscribers that have given me some stoves to show, because I was able to show them all different kinds of stoves that you could use in the outdoors, some that you can use during a fire ban, and other ones that you can't use during a fire ban, but are really lightweight. So I think they really enjoyed it. I even showed them different ways to light the stove too, and how you can light a stove with a fire rod in case you don't have a match or a lighter. And then we talked about just a regular car camping stove too, so in case they feel like just car camping. Now again, my Explorer class was like a day hiking class. So you come out here for one night. So you come out here on a Saturday, you spend the night, and then on Sunday morning we go off on the trail and go hiking. I also went over some knife safety, and I showed them, I think it was 3 ways to use your knife in a safe manner. And then we went over some fire stuff, but we were in a fire ban, so I can only do a little bit during that. But they are more than welcome to come out at any time when there's not a fire ban. And I will be messaging them hopefully shortly, and they'll be able to see how to make a fire, whether it's raining, like making a fire in the rain, and transporting your fire, one match fire, a fire with a fire rod, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. And I invited them to come back up here, and if they wanted to bring their significant other, they can also do that too. It would just be like maybe a 2 to 3 hour little get together that we would do. We went over tarp setup, which is always really fun to me because with a tarp you could do really anything with it. And you know, I have a simple way in which I can hang a tarp, and I was able to share it with them, and they all brought a tarp, and they were able to try it out on their own as well. I went over a lot of navigation. I talked about UTM coordinates and what to give the search and rescue team, and also how to pick the trail if you want to go on a day hike or even some overnight. Now, the women that took my Explorer class, they really wanted to take my Adventurer class, but the Adventurer class was full, and so they took the Explorer class. And they really wanted to go backpacking. So I kind of geared a little bit more towards, okay, if you were to backpack, what kind of trail would you, when you're looking for trails, what are you looking for? One of them be water source, flat ground, how long are you above timberline, and if you're climbing a lot, how long is that for your day? You know, and kind of get to know what your body can handle, what your body can't handle, so that way you can plan your trip accordingly. We spent the entire day on Saturday just learning. Now, they got out here about 10 o'clock, and I think I started, you know, once they got their tents up and I helped them put their tents up, we didn't start actually learning until about noon. And then I seriously went until like 9 o'clock at night showing them stuff. And we had a lot of breaks in between, and we chatted and talked, and such wonderful people. And but I ended up finishing it off doing a bow drill example, and I think again it was like 9 o'clock, and we were huddled around my pretend fire because we don't have a fire. We're in a fire band, so we were over, and it was a really nice warmer night here, so we were able to be outside at night and use our headlights and stuff like that too. So a lot of fun. And the next day we went out on a trail. So we woke up Sunday morning, had a beautiful breakfast, and then we headed out on the trail. And the trail that I chose was a 1 mile trail. It's 1 mile up and 1 mile down. I actually have a video of it in one of my videos. It's one where I took my girls on. They really enjoyed it, and I'll talk a little bit later about altitude. We did have an altitude issue on that trail too, because you are at 11,000 feet and you're climbing up to about 12,000 feet, somewhere around there. So I think it would end up being like a 700-foot climb or something, but it is a lot of climbing, and you're above timberline. It was a beautiful scenery, and we were able to do a little bit of map work there as well. My adventure class is about taking people out in the wilderness with a backpack for their first time. And that's a lot of fun, you know. So I'm with them for 3 days. They come out here on Friday and they leave on Sunday. So on Friday, they come out here, I think it's in the afternoon, they set up camp. Put up all their tents at my campsites that I have here that I recently did a video on, and then we head out on the trail in the morning. Now, there were some things that I was able to teach here at camp, again with all the cooking stoves and stuff, so they got a lot of the same training from the Explorer class to the Adventure class. It was a lot of the same stuff. It was just one was backpacking, one was a day hike. During the backpacking class, I taught them on the trail, whereas in the day hiking class, I taught them here at Spirit Forest. And I think that, you know, I broke up the day as we were hiking. So we would hike maybe a half mile, we would stop, we would talk about water purification, then we would hike a little bit more, and we would talk a little bit about navigation. And then again, we would hike a little bit more, and then we would talk about something else, whether it be tarps or anything like that. So we ended up hiking about 3 to 4 miles in, and we set up camp, and I did some some tarp training there, as well as, you know, we were sitting around and eating together and talking to each other, getting to know each other. The women that came were so fun. Like, they were so fun, you know, and for their first time backpacking, they did so awesome. Each and every one of them was a trooper, you know, because it's like your first time backpacking and you're going in, you know, 3 to 4 miles and you're carrying your pack. You know, I learned a lot from this, and I'll talk about that as well. You know, it ends up taking a toll on your body a little bit, you know, and if you're not used to that. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs. It did rain on us and hailed on us, so we got all the weather. We ended up waking up in the morning, and I'm not one for being really like, we gotta go, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, let's go, let's go. I'm like, we're gonna wake up about 7:30, have your breakfast, you know, let's go for a little day hike. And it's a very small one, maybe it was a mile, you know. I was like, yeah, I even told him, I said, bring a cup of coffee if you want, and let's just go for a walk, you know, because what I want to show in my classes is that you don't have to go hardcore backpacking. You can go and just enjoy being outside, being in the wilderness, and hanging out and like sitting by a stream. You don't have to go 8 to 10 miles a day and do all these big loops if that's not something that you're looking to do. I wanted to show them that they could also just go and just hang out and chill, and it's not a lot of pressure. And that's what I wanted to do in my class. I didn't want to pressure anyone. You know, we had a time schedule, and we actually were on time, and it was really good. It was really, really good. And I think one of the fun parts of that one too is that my daughter came with me, Madison came with me, and she was able to teach them some things as well. And there was also another 14-year-old. So my daughter's 13-year-old, and there was a 14-year-old in this group as well. And so they ended up being the bear bag girls. They taught everyone how to hang the bear bags in the tree, which I thought was really, really cool. I mean, Madison does that pretty well, and she backpacks since she was really little. So she knows this stuff, you know, she really does. And I think it was really nice to see her there too, and to see her shine as she was showing people some things that you know, that they might not know. So that was a lot of fun for me to watch that too. So let's talk about what went well. I think that I have changed some lives. I have showed some new ways of living, and inspired more women. So for my 2019 class, I am excited. I have a lot of women that want to take a backpacking class. And, you know, I never thought there would be that many women that want to take that. I thought a lot of people would want to do the more of the day hike, car camping type class, but they really want to take the backpacking class. So next year I'm going to change my classes up a little bit, and I'm going to do some backpacking classes. I'm going to offer more backpacking classes because that's what I think the ladies are wanting. Again, my classes are for women that have little to no experience of the outdoors. I like to keep my classes very small. So my classes will be between 4 and 5 students. And we will head out on the trail, and I will be picking some trails. I don't think it will be the same trail that I did this year, but I do need to find some trails that are easier, that aren't as tough, because I do want the class to be very enjoyable. Gonna follow the same kind of structure, you know. You're gonna learn a lot of the same stuff that I taught in this year's class, where we're gonna go over fire, we're gonna go over how to pick a trail, we're gonna go over navigation, and we're gonna go over you know, picking your camping spots and the rules in the outdoors, and a lot of stuff. I do try to make the classes fun, and I don't want to overwork you, you know, but you know, I think that it's a life-changing event, you know, being able to do this kind of stuff and to kind of change your life and have this new adventure. And that's what's really cool about it, is that you could just, have these adventures instead of just watching them on videos. You can actually go out there and do them, and I will teach you what it is that you need to know. So how do you sign up for my classes? Well, I am creating a mailing list or waiting list, but I'm not putting any order or anything like that. So I do have a couple ladies on it already for next year. Again, if you remember, I only have 8 to 10 students, so it's really small. As for the cost, I'll know the cost coming in January. It's going to depend on my insurance cost and some of my own costs that I pass on to you guys. But you know, if it's something that you're interested in, you know, let me know. Send me an email or fill out the form online. You can go to my website, which is spiritforestbear.com, and you can get some information on the class for next year. You can also get all my contact information, and what I'll do is I'll put you on a mailing list, so once I have my classes all ready, it's going to be a first come first serve. So I will email you guys first, the ones that are on my mailing list, and then I'll put it up public on all of my social medias and a YouTube video as well, as soon as those classes are ready and ready to sign up. I want to thank you for watching. I am looking forward to 2019, and I hope that you ladies still take my class. Those that have taken my class and you're watching this video, I do want to do a reunion class, and it will probably be where you can bring other people along. And I'm still kind of thinking, I'm still kind of planning that, but that will be for those that have taken my class in 2018. You are welcome to take another class with me in 2019 as a reunion class. It'd be a lot of fun, and I'm sure there's some more stuff I can teach you. So I am going to leave it with some testimonials. Some of the women have been really nice and gave me a video testimonial, and I'm going to show that so you guys can kind of see what it's like from them to be on this class. And again, if you're interested, give me an email, sign up, go to my website, spiritforestbear.com, and get on that list, and it's going to be a first come, first serve. So as soon as I get that class ready, I'm going to post it. You guys are going to get the email first, so you'll get first shot at it, and then I will make it public to everybody else. So thank you again. I truly appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you guys in my ladies. I hope to see ladies in my class in 2019. Bye-bye.
I'm Rhonda, and I'm on the adventure class here with Tammy, and it is an awesome class. I have been in Colorado for quite a while, but I have not enjoyed all of the outdoors activities that Colorado has to offer. So this year, my very first year that I decided that I'm going to get out, I'm going to do some hiking, I'm going to enjoy Colorado. I went on my first backpacking camping trip this year, and I went to the adventure class, and I really wanted to learn more. So I have learned so much about the outdoors and things I really need to know to truly enjoy and be safe. I learned about how to use a compass, how to use the maps. We did some feathering with feather sticks. I was also able to baton, so that was like a really big thing for me. So I really enjoyed the class, and I highly recommend it. I will definitely be back.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I took the class because I wanted to learn more about being outdoors, being safe, and trying to just get the essentials that I needed to know to go out by myself in the woods. And there were things that I thought I didn't need to know that I definitely needed to know. So Tammy taught me a lot of things that I needed to survive outside. For instance, that a tarp would be a good idea to carry, so when a downpour comes, that I won't get soaking wet. I also learned some knife skills, and then how to use my paracord appropriately. So there's a lot more, but I'm so glad I took the class because I learned so much, and I feel much more confident to be outdoors and to be safe. Also, I think it's really important to learn how to navigate yourself in the woods so that you don't get lost. We spent a lot of time working on map and compass, which I had no idea about. I usually just follow the trail and thought that would be a good idea, but she showed me why that wasn't a good idea and gave me the tools I need to be outside.
So why did you take the class?
I took the class because it sounded fun, and I wanted to learn a few more things too.
And what were the things that you learned?
A lot of the things that I learned was I learned a lot more knots. I learned a more efficient way of setting up a tarp, which was a great thing, and a lot of navigation things too. I learned in more detail how to read a map and get. Yeah. All that.
So do you feel pretty confident right now? I mean, I know it's your first time kind of out here looking at a map and a compass. Do you feel pretty confident that you might not get lost?
Oh, much more confident.
Oh, that's
Before
good.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew basics, north, south, east, west, but how to read a map and what easting means and all these things. Now I feel very comfortable.
Good, good, good. And would you recommend the class?
Absolutely.
Thank
To everyone
you.
who I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.